Son's locker room.
Good.
What happened?
I think I was just going to probably set a little screen on Steve, and Earl swiped my hands away the first time, and it's not a big deal. It's part of the game, and the second time, I just didn't. Personally, I don't think it's the right play. Overall, I want to just emphasize it's not really my style of play to be, mushing people and doing stuff like that. But I think at a certain point you have to protect yourself, and you just can't allow play like that. And I know the ref called it, but at that point, I kind of took things in my own hand, which wasn't the right play. And I don't think that's a good reflection, number one, on myself or on the team. But at the same time, I think at that play, if you look at the replay, I felt like it was just inappropriate, and anybody in the league wouldn't have, kind of held up with that.
Do you feel like you threw a punch?
No, I wasn't going to punch him. It wasn't about me punching him. It was just me. It wasn't the right play, but it was just me letting him know that I just didn't feel like that was acceptable. And it's not the right thing. It's definitely not. Like I said, a reflection on me, man. I'm not. I mean, everybody would tell you I'm one of the easygoing guys. I'll go down and bang with you elbow for elbow. That's fine. It's part of the game. But at that point, I thought it was a little bit more than that, and emotions took over.
Watching the game here in the locker room, what did it look like on TV as the crowd seemed to really get behind it?
You know what? That's just the fans have been great for us, and I think that's why we have 40 wins right now, and we just need to continue to win. And it's been a tough road for us right now, and I think this is a big win for us, and I'm glad that we got it, and we have some time to rest.
You worry about the NBA?
No, you know what? Yes and no, but I think the biggest thing for me is just to just state my case. It wasn't like I threw a punch. It wasn't a punch situation, I feel like, if you look at my past history, which they probably won't, I'm not really that type of guy to be in fights or in brawls and stuff like that, to be the instigator. So I think it was just me just protecting myself and taking things into my own hands, which wasn't the right play, but at a certain time you got to protect yourself, and emotions take over during the game. It wasn't the right play, and whatever they have is going to be just, but, hopefully they ask my opinion, and I'll tell them it wasn't a punch. I wasn't trying to punch him. So.
Is it frustrating that the guy that retaliates is the guy that's going to get punished for it? And
yeah,
it seemed like they escalated it after.
Yeah, the first one was, the first time he swiped my hands away, I was, it's a heated game, emotional game. First time he swiped my hands away, I was like, okay, hey, don't do that again, whatever. And, the second time, it just felt like that was just too much. It had nothing to do with anything. The play was already on the other side of the court pretty much. And, it's just frustrating. Hopefully if you look at the film, they'll make the right decision. But, no matter what happens, I trust Stu and David Stern will make the right call.
When you say it wasn't the right play, are you talking about just when you went back at Granger, or also?
I think it happened so fast. Granger coming at me, I know Danny Granger. He's not really that type of guy, so neither is Hibbert. So, it was just a little scuffle between me and them, and they're trying to stick up for their teammate, which I understand. But, you could look at the film, and I wasn't really even trying to get into anybody else. I just stood back around the ref. I was like, okay, I did what I had to do to let him know that wasn't acceptable, which wasn't the right play, but it happened, and I feel like, if mine's a push and Granger's is a punch, you got to just look at the film and just see what it is. And, I'm glad we just got this win. And, I think it just wasn't the right play. And after coming back here, I was like, man, at that point, there's really nothing I could have done at that point. It was just, that was a little too blatant for me,
Do you fear suspension?
Do I fear it? It could happen, and that would be disappointing because it's against the Lakers who are playing, and it just wouldn't be a good reflection not only on me but on the Suns and this organization. And that's not the type of people we are, players. But you just got to. Sometimes stuff happens out there that's not the right thing, but you just got to take what they give you, and just continue to try to play basketball and try to continue to get better over these 5 days. No, I had nothing to do with the U of A UCLA game.
Were you protecting the right by throwing the left?
No, man, my shoulder, dude, that hurt early in the game, and you know what? It was just one of those things, man. It's just something that happens when if you were anywhere playing and that happened to you, I think most people would react the way they did. The first time it happens, you're kind of relying on the referees, and you got to continue to rely on them to protect you as a player out there on both ends of the court. And sometimes stuff happens so fast, that it just isn't stuff happens based on emotion, not on actual logic.
How is the shoulder?
It's all right. It's going to be sore, man, and it's just something I have to continue to work on and just continue with the strength. But it was just like a freak accident type thing.
Was it an isolated thing when it happened, or did you feel it building?
No, it was not building up. It's an emotional game, but both teams are playing hard, and it was just a freak little accident right there, and I felt like the referees made the right call. I shouldn't have mushed him kind of like that, and I think they did the best they could of just controlling the game and making it right there. What? No what?
How much of all guys on this team to get in a fight? How much are you hearing from your teammates?
Nothing. They haven't said anything. They just we're just talking about the win and being glad about just getting the W and getting 40 wins.
Ever been in a fight in a game?
I've been in scuffles, but I'm always the guy who breaks it up. So it's just my style. Yeah, I'm the peacemaker. It's too expensive. Yeah. All right, guys.
Not even against broke.
Good win for us. We're still, banged up somewhat. I mean, obviously, Steve probably playing minutes that, I wish I could sit him over there, but, he wanted to try to gut this game out, and it just speaks volume about what he's all about as far as our team and everything. I thought it was a hard-fought game, figuratively and literally, I guess. But I thought our guys did a really good job of just hanging in and grinding it out and finding a way to come up with plays. And, we did a good job defensively in the fourth quarter, and it was a good win for us.
You talked a little bit before the altercation. It seemed like it got a little chippy. It started with Lou and the technical down at that end. That's it.
It's just the way the game was going. And, I thought the officials did a good job of trying to keep everything under control. And, it's probably the right situation with Lou and Rob McRoberts to just call double technicals and try to get everything back under control. So, it's unfortunate, that things like that happen. But when you're in a competitive environment and sometimes things are going to go that way. So we'll just see what happens. We'll take a look at it. I'm sure the league will take a look at it and see what happens. And I think you just got to be careful about guys stepping in and making things escalate.
Does this already come at a good time for you? You guys seem like you're a little tired and banged up.
Well, we're banged up more so than anything, and Steve's a little physically not at 100%, and it's just probably a good time for us. Although we're playing pretty good basketball, to have 6 days before we have to line up and play again is probably a good thing.
How about Jason Richardson? It just seems like each game, the confidence level is just getting stronger and stronger.
Well, he just played really good, consistent basketball, and just remember, like the first 15, 17 games of the season, he was playing at this level too. So, I think he's doing just a terrific job. I think more so than scoring, I think he's doing a great job of rebounding the basketball for us, and coming up with double-figure rebounds on a lot of the nights. And then I just can't say enough. I can't say enough about Grant and the level that he's playing at, and what he's given our team. And I asked him to guard Danny Granger. I asked him to bring the ball up. I asked him to get us into our offense. I asked him to post up and score. I just, he never complains about anything. So. Everybody should be able to coach him at some stage in their career. I've been lucky. I've coached him for over half his career, but I just don't think they make him like him.